Hi, everyone. I'm Adrienne Everheart. Thank you so much for joining me. I have my special guest, Veronica. She has an incredible channel over on YouTube. It talks about so much law of attraction and manifesting tools. And today she's here to share with us her story of how she manifested her guy, her relationship. And she's also going to talk about her best-selling book, which is How to Get Your Ex Back, and also an exercise book called a 25-day challenge, which has exercises and things you do every day to help you manifest the guy of your dreams. So Veronica, hi.
Hey, I'm so excited to be here today. So yeah, I love your channel, and I'm so glad we're doing this collaboration. And basically, I got turned on to the law of attraction through a failed relationship, through a breakup. And I had kind of known about conscious manifesting, this whole idea of, creating and attracting things into your world. I knew about that from like The Secret, and also when I was younger, my mother was into some of these sort of ideas, but it never really clicked with me. Like I never really had that aha moment until I had this awful breakup, and I was like, I gotta get him back. I gotta get him back. And there's gotta be a way to get him back. I attracted him before. There must be a way to attract him again. And it's really how I got turned on to these things. And I was successful in attracting him back. And that's how I wrote the first book, How to Get Your Ex Back in 25 Days. And then I ended up writing a companion book, which does list those specific exercises for 25 days that sort of, guides you into getting results within 25 days. Because, we all want those fast results when you've gone through a breakup, or if you even want to attract a specific person, like you want it to happen now, you don't want to wait around. So it'll definitely get you on board with getting you the fastest results ever.
Oh, this is so exciting. This is so exciting. So tell us,
Yeah.
is there anything specific you can tell us about getting your guy back that
Yeah.
speed
I
up this
mean,
process?
definitely. I mean, when the breakup happened, like, of course, it seemed to come out of nowhere, but it also, like, I could see how I was really fearing things the few weeks before it happened. Like, I was getting really clingy and really worried that like all these great things were just going to collapse from under me, and like everything was just going to go away, and he was going to suddenly hate me and suddenly like become turned off by me, like the real me, like maybe he was in love with something that I wasn't really, and like the true me, and he was going to be turned off in some way. And of course this breakup happened. It was awful. I cried my eyes out, for about 2 weeks, where you sort of don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to shower, you don't want to eat, you don't want to do anything except cry and sort of relive the breakup in your mind. I don't know why we do that when there's a breakup. We sort of relive and argue in our mind. We sort of protest to that person why we should be together. And I spent all this time just doing that and
Oh,
wallowing
oh my gosh, I
in
have
my
to jump in
misery.
because I totally went through the same thing. Like I could not get the question why out of my head, and then all the reasons why we should be together. It's like you're really
Yeah.
negotiating your fate somehow over something you don't really have control over. That person's not even in front of you.
Right, but you just do that in your mind, and like I would cry and cry, and that's how I was spending my days until I had the wake up moment. And I don't remember exactly what triggered it. I think I had read something, or just something seemed to resonate with me, this idea of conscious manifesting and sort of setting an intention and being like, you know what, this current result doesn't have to be my result. Like I can get him back. And it was sort of like this light bulb moment. And I decided to wake up the next day and just pour my entire heart into it. I figured, what did I have to lose? I mean, I might as well try it. What I was currently doing wasn't working. We weren't talking. He basically at that moment didn't want to have anything to do with me. He made that very clear. And I mean, it was just horrible. But I said, I'm going to sort of look to the best parts of our relationship and relive that in my mind, as opposed to reliving the breakup. So I said, I'm just going to kind of set the breakup aside. We're just going to kind of push that aside and instead reset my intentions towards love, towards connection, towards desire, feeling myself attractive again. So I started showering, started dressing well again, taking care of myself. Because at that point, like I was waking up at like noon and like not even bothering to shower. Like I couldn't even take care of myself. So I started wearing makeup again, dressing well and having fun. Like I reclaimed my happiness, reclaimed my joy, and I just poured my entire heart into it.
I love it. I love it so much because I want, if anybody's gone through a breakup, going through a breakup,
Mhm.
the days are dark. The
Yeah.
days are dark. I don't want to even think about how much champagne I went through, and it wasn't because I was celebrating.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, it was like, I mean, it's like night and day once I decided to start embracing life again. And that's what my book, The 25-Day Challenge, is really about, is reclaiming that joy of life and that ability to live for yourself again. Of course, you want to be with this person, but you need to know how to be independently happy and be able to provide that love and that joy of living for yourself first before you can share it with someone else.
Oh, I love that so much. That is so true and so brilliant because you really have to claim your own happiness
Yeah.
because otherwise you're not very attractive to another
No,
person if you're
not
not.
at all.
So did you find out that it really took 25 days or was 25 days just a good jumping off point or what do you feel
No,
about
for
that?
me, it took a few months before he contacted me, and he contacted me out of the blue, just as I had been imagining. Like, I imagined that he was just going to contact me, want to see me, want to get back together. It was just going to happen just like that. And it is exactly how it happened. And
Amazing.
every single morning I would wake up and be like, today's going to be the day. Today's going to be the day that he contacts me. And I would just live in excitement. And even though like the days would pass and it wasn't the day, every single morning I was like, this is going to be it, until it actually was. And I feel like within 25 days, like I had reclaimed like a new me, like I was reconnected with happiness and reconnected with myself, like how we were when I first met him. You know, I was reconnected with me. And I knew that that was going to draw him back. And the exact time that it takes, like it's different for every person. Like I've coached a lot of people and to success. And basically, like it's always, the time element is always different. But I have noticed within 25 days, you're going to have something really big happen. You're going to feel a shift. You're going to feel a change. Like you're going to know it's coming.
You're absolutely right. That's just amazing because there really is this tipping point where you are, instead of being in this dark place and staying there, you cross over. And once you get going down that path, I mean, and clearly your book helps people do that. And
Mhm.
once you get down that path, there's really no going back. The universe is going to bring something brand new to you, even better than what
Mhm.
you have, or it's going to bring that person back to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how it happens and how it comes together, and it feels like magic. You know, it almost feels like, you know, you have these superpowers or something. And when you embrace it, like this process can be fun. Like
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be dark. It's not supposed to be like how the breakup was so painful. Like it's supposed to feel like when you originally fell in love and you're supposed to have fun with it. Even in the moments like when he's not back yet, like or when you're not in that relationship, like still feel that love inside of you because that's what's going to draw him so fast. And it
Oh, I
doesn't.
love that. That's so
Yeah.
powerful and so true because really what we happens with women is that we lose ourselves. We lose ourselves in the relationship and then we become so, in my case, I became so focused on my guy that I lost my identity. And so part of, being that time apart, why you don't want to get right back together immediately, you want to let it unfold is because you do need to find yourself again. You need to be that new face in the mirror. You need to go back to being who you were before. Would you?
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. I completely agree with that. Like I just completely poured my heart into him where I was no longer an individual. Like I was just sort of clinging on to him and I would morph, you know, and sort of I would change my schedule around to see him and like not hang out with my friends as much, not do my own interests. Like it was all about him, him, him. And it's fine to share that time together, but you need to be yourself. You need to be an individual because that's super attractive. Like that's what the person finds attractive in you is all of your unique qualities and you need to embrace those and rediscover those. And during that time, that's exactly what I did. Like I started hanging out with my friends again. You know, I started doing my own things. I started having fun, you know, listening to music, being me, and you can't lose yourself.
Amen. I love that. So, how are things going now? Or better yet, what did it feel like at that moment when he came back into your life? Did you
Yeah,
have this dreamy moment
it
or
was. It was very dreamy and it was like exactly how I had imagined it. And it just felt perfect. And I just owned it and I felt at one with it and it just felt right. And I knew it was going to happen. That's the thing, is once I decided to shift how I was acting, how I was feeling, I knew it was inevitable. So when it happened, it didn't come as a surprise. Like, I knew it was coming. And we're very happy still today. So I'm really, it's a successful relationship. It's the relationship I always wanted. And I'm so happy to be in it. And I mean, I love sharing my story, helping other people. I mean, once I sort of discovered how easy it was to solve this riddle, I've sort of been coaching people and talking to people, sharing this information, because I want everyone to know that they can do the same thing. I didn't get lucky. It wasn't some trick. It wasn't some sort of, game of chance. It was that I focused my energy in a certain way and the universe responded.
Oh, Veronica, I love that. So everyone, just so you know, Veronica has a book. It's called the 25-Day Challenge. It's full of specific exercises to help you with manifesting. Her book is How to Get Your Ex Back, and she has them in a bundle on your website. Please go check them out. I'll have the link below. And Veronica, do you have an exercise that maybe you could just share with us out of your book, just something to give girls a little taste of what they can
Yeah.
be about?
I mean, my book is basically, it's visualizations and then activities that you can do every single day. And I think that the visualizations will involve things like receiving a gift from your man or receiving an apology, going out on a date. So I have this one exercise where you literally like check the movie listings and you pretend that you're going out on a date, and you actually like find a particular movie you want to see at a certain time. And then you imagine in your mind the entire process, either driving there or parking there or sitting there, and, the whole process of all the logistics of being on a date. Because I think when you can be specific in your visualizations and really like enact the actual moments, I feel like it sticks more and it can be fun and exciting.
I love that idea. That is really just brilliant, because you could always even just actually go to a movie, even if you're by yourself. I like to
Yeah.
see a movie by
Yeah,
myself.
I do too.
What's funny is whenever I go to the movies by myself, sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm going to see all these other couples here, but it's not true.
Right.
You actually see a lot of other people. So I love that exercise. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to tell my listeners, or anything
Yeah.
to
I
share?
mean, I think it's just an encouragement that, you can do this too. To anyone listening, anyone going through a heartbreak right now, a breakup, like, that doesn't have to be your reality. Like, that does not have to be how your story ends with this person. Like, you can have a new beginning, a new fresh start. You can manifest a relationship that's even better with this person. So use this time for self-growth, really identifying the kind of person that you want to be so you can be your best self when you are together again, and believe in love, believe in, life supporting you, and sort of magic, the magic of life, the magic of living, and just embrace it with all your heart, and your dreams will come true.
Oh, I love that. I am always saying, really the greatest gift you can give somebody is, are you okay? Are you happy with life? How you're showing up in your life. And this really is about dialing back into yourself and
Mhm.
finding what feels good and wonderful. Veronica, thank you so much for sharing this with everyone. Everyone, please go check out her book, How to Get Your Ex Back. Check out her channel. She's got some really amazing manifesting tips and tools. And thank you so much for being on my channel,
Thank
Veronica.
you. I'm so excited about this collaboration.
Me too. And if you guys like what you've seen today, please give it a thumbs up. Please use the comment section, and we look forward to hearing from you. Maybe we'll do more videos.
Yay.
Bye, everybody.